In a place like this, it's really easy to look past the garbage and just walk by and enjoy the beauty of a place like this, but there's no place that hasn't been touched by waterborne garbage, things that float up on our beach.
Rugged Point is a remote boat-access provincial marine park situated on the northwest coast of Vancouver Island. Surfrider Vancouver Island and our partners provided the opportunity for a team of 12 volunteers to travel 10 hours and approximately 500 kilometers from Victoria to Rugged Point to spend the weekend performing a large-scale debris removal operation. Holding remote beach cleanups in provincial parks like Rugged Point is important. Provincial parks provide facilities that support leave no trace principles and help to ensure that volunteers are minimizing their footprint while visiting wilderness areas. By working with like-minded partners and remote communities, Combing the Coast is both cleaning up stretches of coastline and illustrating to British Columbians the true nature of the impacts of plastic pollution and marine debris on Vancouver Island.
I came up here to see just how bad things are, and trust me, they're bad. You don't have to step more than 2-3 feet in any direction on the beach and find more garbage, more plastic, more styrofoam. I think that what we'll take away from being up here is that we all need to double our efforts to A, help with cleanups when we can, but most importantly, be careful about how we use and reuse the things that we have in our lives every day. Plastic water bottles, the classic example, plastic garbage bags, any other of those single-use plastics, styrofoam, all of these things that end up on the beach.
Styrofoam is coming from everywhere. It's coming from your new CD player that you just bought, or a dock in Russia, or a float that's out in the ocean. There's so much styrofoam in all parts of our daily life that it can come from anywhere, but eventually it'll end up in a landfill or end up in the ocean, and then we come and pick it off of beautiful beaches like this.
This is a very important exercise. Obviously, this year we cleaned up an absolute massive amount of garbage like we did last year, and I mean, if volunteers like the small group that have come with us up to the Rugged Point Marine Park this time, if it wasn't for people like these guys, it wouldn't get picked up, and it would just accumulate year after year and get worse and worse. The garbage, I think, comes from multiple different places, but definitely an overwhelming presence of foam and plastic bottles, plastic water bottles, different like big jerry cans and things like that. But definitely the expanded polystyrene foam is just everywhere, and it gets right up into the forest. The wind blows it up past the high tide line and it gets all the way up into the forest. So, I mean, we came to do a beach cleanup, but truth be told, we ended up spending most of our time back behind the tide line in the forest, picking up stuff that no one will ever see, but is definitely still there. I definitely think that it puts it into perspective every time I go to buy a bottle of water from a store. It's just, I kind of feel that pinch now that I've seen like what it can do and much of it accumulates really. It's not to say I throw my water bottles in the ocean. I definitely recycle, but at the same time, like if even a small percentage of the population used reusable drinking vessels, it would make a huge impact on the amount of stuff that washes up on beaches and, you know, is discarded.
Our band, we recycle our garbage now. We've only been doing that for, I think, 2 or 3 years now. 3 years, I think. Before, all our garbage went in the ocean. Everything and anything. And it was pretty bad. You see garbage everywhere. Garbage bag. You know, you fill up garbage bag, you just go out in a boat and dump it in the ocean. It was embarrassing after. You know, I'm like, well, a lot of that's from me too. So I said, you know, we got to do something about it. And now we have, they've hired 2 guys and they bought a truck to pick up our garbage twice a week. And they take it up the road. They have these big garbage bins up there, like, you know, the ones that fit on a semi-truck. They put them on the road up there and they separate the garbage, put the metal in this one, the plastic in that one. And then they get a truck comes on the barge, drives over there on the logging road from Jamas Bay, and they put the garbage bin on the truck and they drop an empty one and take them out. I don't know where they take them, but it's made a huge difference on the beach. Now the only garbage you see, garbage coming from Japan or wherever, you know.
Whether it is a single-use plastic water bottle or a giant styrofoam buoy, all the material that we collect once had a purpose. It was useful for a period of time, and then it became waste. But it does not belong on the beach. The fact is, people are consumers, but it doesn't mean we have to be polluters. There are options in our communities. The majority of what Surfrider gathers can be recycled and disposed of properly. Increased and improved product stewardship options are becoming available to help ensure responsible, end-of-life management of the products we consume. But it's also up to us to take an active role in utilizing these options to help reduce the environmental impact of these products so that they don't become marine debris.
Want to be a part of the solution, reduce your plastic consumption. Single-use plastics especially. It's just, I can't stress that enough. They're everywhere. There was a time in our lives where, not in my life actually, where there were such things as clean beaches, and now that actually doesn't exist. Every beach in the world, no matter how far it is from civilization, has garbage from human civilization all over it. And the further they are, the more garbage there is. So if you want to do something small. Try to make choices at the grocery store in your daily life to reduce your plastic consumption.